Ladies and gentlemen, what do it do? We live on YouTube. I am your host CJ, joined today for a special Seibelmania and Friends, and my friend today joining me, none other than the man himself, Pluto. Pluto, what's up, brother?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing good. Also, I just got done eating some delicious lunch.
Yep,
Uh,
yeah.
had 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 some barbecue from this place called Dickie's, which is pretty good. Uh,
That's sounds
yeah,
good. Sounds good. I just
yeah.
got out of school, so
You got out of
feeling good.
what grade are you in?
I'm in eighth right now, actually.
You're
I'm
an
about to
eighth
get in that.
grader? Oh wow. Well,
Yeah.
young. Man, man, you make me feel old. I just turned 30.
Yeah, I mean, we all get there, huh?
Damn, eighth grade. Wow. So you don't even wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty young, aren't I?
Yeah, man, shit. You're younger than my youngest cousin. I mean, my youngest cousin's about to graduate high school this year, so
Yep. Well,
um
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
I'm sorry?
I'm getting there.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, if there's one thing I can give you advice on, don't rush too soon. Enjoy your years in high school, because
Yep.
once they're gone, man, they're done. It's done.
Yep.
The fun
Grow
times
up too
are over.
fast. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, my senior year of high school, um,
Hold up, give me a second.
the my senior year of high school, I got to actually do bowling class, which very simple. You know what I mean? All you have to do in bowling class is get on a bus and they take you to a bowling alley and you just bowl for 2 straight hours.
Oh, really?
It was simple as that. Yeah. Like I had 2 hours of bowling class, so I got to go away from school for 2 hours and just bowl. I got to listen to music on my phone. I mean, there was not any rules really in bowling.
Yeah.
It's just hop on the bus, go to the bowling alley, bowl. I mean, the only way to fail is you don't show up,
Mm-hmm.
which I I accidentally missed a class because I missed the bus. So I mean that kind of sucked, but like even at the bowling alley, you could buy your own snacks and like soda and pretzel, whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was a fun time, and I had friends in that class, so that helped a lot too.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like when you don't have like sometimes when you don't have friends in class, it's kind of awkward. You kind of just stand there.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just do your best to enjoy high school
Hmm.
and middle school too. Middle school for me, it was pretty terrible. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, middle school was I mean, I got into a fight in sixth grade because this kid he kept making like derogatory comments about my older sister, just
Oh,
disrespectful, nasty
really?
comments, and I told him to knock it. He was told by everybody to knock it off. Me, my sister, the teachers, the principal. He would not stop. So one day it's just me and him, and he's just going off about her. And I had enough of it. And I had one of those backpacks that had the wheels on it, like the roller backpacks. I don't
Hmm.
know if they still have those, but
I've some kids I've seen with those. Yeah.
okay, yeah. I had one of those, and I took the backpack and I just swung at him, and I just beat the crap out of him once he was on the ground. I just beat him, right? And this teacher
Yeah.
comes out of her class, and she's like, "What do you boys think you're doing?" And he goes, "We're fighting." I'm like, "You dumbass! You just tell the teacher we're fighting? Really? Like, how stupid do you have to be to do that?" And
Yeah.
so I wound up getting suspended for 5 days,
Okay.
and he got suspended for three.
Three.
Um, yeah, I got suspended because I instigated the fight, even though it was him that instigated the fight. But you know,
You swung at him first.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it was funny because my dad came and got me that day, right? And
Hmm.
I thought I was in trouble because I could not hear what was being said in that room when the principal called him to come get me. So I'm thinking I'm dead, right? So my dad's like, "Yeah, let's go." So I get in the car with him, and he turns down the radio. I start losing it because I think I'm done. And he's like, "Here's the deal. You're not in any trouble. I'm very proud of you for sticking up for your sister. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Grandpa's work. My grandpa has his own shop
Okay.
called Design Tech, and he goes, we're gonna go to Grandpa's shop and we're gonna just chill out over there. You can have all the cookies, all the soda, chips, whatever. It's not a suspension for you as far as I'm concerned. It's like a vacation. So, because
Okay.
I was sticking, yeah, right. I stuck up for my sister, so that's why I got let off the hook,
So that was actually pretty cool, huh? Just
right?
get a
Because
week, you know?
especially because like I thought I was in trouble with my dad. I thought I was like done, right? Like I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no, I'm in trouble. I'm grounded, right?
Yeah.
No, no grounded, no grounded. Because then I got to go home that night, watch a lot of TV, stay up late.
Yeah, that must have been fun.
It was.
But one time actually, I was also in sixth grade. I think sixth grade.
Oh,
I had this one class. There was this one kid. Um, I'm not gonna give out any names or anything, but
yeah,
he
yeah.
was he was how tall? Anyways, I was pretty short back then, but he hasn't really grown much since then. But I didn't get in a fight, but I got close to one. So I was just kind of like helping out my friend, right? And he sits right next to my friend. So this was digital art class. I don't know if you're been in digital art class, but it's a pretty cool
That
class.
might have been before my time, or that might have been after my time. Not before,
Yeah,
but after my time.
yeah, because digital, all that. Um,
Yeah,
but it's kind of just like art, but digital instead. So
like computer art, like that
mhm,
kind of stuff.
yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah,
And like we use like Photoshop and stuff like that. But
right.
anyway, so I went over there to help him. And he just kind of like messing with me a bit, and I kind of like turned around. I was like, "All right, bro, what are you doing?" So then I don't know what idea he got of me trying to fight him, but then he got up. I'm like a midget to him at this time, so at this point I knew I was gonna get beat up, but I didn't really try anything. But like he did, he nudged me a little bit here and there. It wasn't anything crazy, but
Yeah, like just like kind of a shove.
yeah, just kind of
Yeah,
stuff like that. Then
yeah.
then he was like telling me, "Oh, you're lucky that you didn't. You're lucky that I have bad grades right now." And he had like showed me all of his grades. He has like all Fs. So I was like, "Dang, well, that's not a good thing." But anyways, that there,
Sorry, that's funny. You're lucky. I have
yeah.
bad grades. Yeah.
And then he was like, "Oh, you're lucky." And I was like, "Well, I don't even know where you got the point of me even trying to fight you." But yeah, that happened. Um, I've gotten a couple lunch attentions that grade, but I've been good since then. So
Lunch,
I haven't really done anything.
lunch. So for you, what does lunch detention entail? Because when I was in school, God,
Mhm.
that makes me sound old. Back in my day, no. When I was in school, like lunch detail meant like you couldn't go out after you were done eating, and it meant in high school that you had to go around picking up trash and picking up all the trays and stuff.
Uh-huh. So lunch detention for us is basically it's actually not that bad. Detention is not really that bad nowadays.
Yeah.
Now I'm making you sound old, um but yeah, so lunch detention is basically for us is we get a detention, lunch detention, right? And there's like this certain area in the lunch
Like a
before
table.
it's like kind of like there's no lights and it's kind of like away from everybody else and you're
Oh,
just not like allowed to talk with anyone and stuff.
oh yeah. That was
Yeah,
us. That was for us too. Couldn't
mhm,
talk. You could eat your
and talk.
food and then do your stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and they also make them the last to go get food. So that's
So
another thing.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
This is why I love the Seibelmania Friends podcast because we can just talk about anything and just.
Yeah.
But yeah. Um. By the way, if you're new to this YouTube channel, do us a favor: hit the subscribe button, hit the
Yep.
notification bell so you get notified when we upload new content. We upload new content weekly. Uh, Sorry for the lack of posts lately. Frank has been dealing with. Frank is my co-host, Pluto, and he's been
Mhm.
dealing with some personal issues. I just spoke with him, and he's okay. He's all good, and it's nothing like serious. I won't give out any details, but it's not nothing too serious. But just he
Okay.
had to step away from for a little bit. So, but yeah, that explains the lack of posts. But we'll be back to normal here soon. Um, but yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and do all of that. What was I saying before?
You were
Oh,
hold on. Oh yeah, you got it.
I was about to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is gum allowed in school now? Like, are you allowed to chew gum in school?
Are you allowed to chew gum in school? Some teachers are fine with it. Some teachers are still not fine with it.
Okay.
But like sodas and stuff, yeah, I don't really have any teachers that let us like drink any sodas or anything like
Oh,
that.
yeah. See, back in my day, um, we could not chew gum at all. Like, you had to hide it or whatever.
Mhm.
And like, I was I was that weird kid. I would always hide like food in my pockets after lunch. So, like, I used
Oh
to
yeah.
love. I don't know if you can supersize or not nowadays in your school, but back when I was in school, I used to be able to supersize your food. So you could get like two orders of like fries or tots or whatever.
Oh yeah, we can do
Uh,
that.
yeah, okay. So we did that. So I used to do that quite a bit. I get like two orders of tots, and
Mhm.
then if I couldn't finish all the tots, I would put some tots in my pocket. Not even in like a bag or anything, just stick the food in the pocket and just eat it throughout the day, hiding it from the teachers. I used to do that with the tots
Mhm.
and the fries. I
Yeah.
used to, and we also you have a la carte at your school.
Um. No, we do not. I'm pretty sure we don't.
We used to have a la carte at my middle school, and it was they sold like Subway stuff, like Subway sandwiches.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Some schools still have that, but not mine.
Okay, yeah, we used to have a la carte, and they used to have. It wasn't like Pepsi or Coke, but it wasn't like a name brand, but it was. You could tell it was tell. Let me talk. You could tell it was a soda. It was like it tasted kind of like Sprite, but it was
Mhm.
better than nothing. So they sold us some soda, and we could bring that to class with us and drink it the rest
Mhm.
of the day. And yeah, it was my middle school was brand new when I started middle school. Like, it was built, and then the first year, my sixth grade year was the first year that it opened. So
Mhm.
I was yeah
So yeah, with us, we can also like buy like multiple things like on the tray and stuff.
yeah
But they basically have like a snack bar almost. So you could buy like sometimes they have smoothies and stuff, but you're allowed to get like they have cookies,
ooh yeah
stuff like that. And you're able to oh yeah, you ever seen those like flavored sparkling waters?
yeah. I
Yeah,
think
they
that
have those.
I think that might like it tastes like Sprite kind of.
Yeah, a little bit, but it's got like its own flavor to it.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's kind of what they sold at the a la carte.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they have like their own snack bar, and we're able to take them to class if we buy them, and we're
Okay.
able to eat like things like that. But I also have teachers where you could like I have one teacher, my Spanish teacher.
Okay.
Um, you can there's like this whole point system, right? So this is like this one thing where we have like points. So I used to have
Okay.
this in my elementary as well. But you like get points to buy certain things from a class if they have a store, right?
Right.
And they let you like every teacher has something different, but they have like for instance my Spanish teacher, she has like lollipops, stuff like that. And you could just buy it with the what we call as credits, and you buy it with the cowboy credits, and then
Ooh.
you could just get your own snacks with that. And every teacher like gives you those credits if you're like good, stuff like that. And yeah, that's basically like our
So
snack bar and
in
stuff.
high school, I was friends with all of the principals and the deans and the custodians and
Hmm.
the campus security guards. I was cool with all of them. The teachers, I was cool with two of them that I can remember.
Yeah, sometimes teachers aren't the greatest. Like some of you always have those teachers that are
Yeah.
yeah,
Um. So our school had this thing called the Hawk's Nest, which
yep.
is where you can go get like extra food, like besides from the cafeteria line. Um,
Mhm.
so like in the Hawk's Nest, you can go get yourself like breakfast burrito, iced
Oh,
tea, um, stuff like that. And for the first 2 years that I was in high school, you could actually get Pepsi, like you could get pop in the Hawk's Nest. So you could get Pepsi for like $1. And it was like those bottles of Pepsi. So you can
okay.
get those, okay? And so my freshman and my sophomore year, I could do that. My junior and my senior year, couldn't do that. So I had to come up with ways to get Pepsi my junior and senior year. Well, that's where being friends with all the higher ups come in handy because even though they took the soda out of the cafeteria, they still had it in the teachers' lounge. So
Oh,
I would have the principals and the deans and the security guards. I would have them go. I would give them the dollar, and they would go get me my Pepsi.
oh.
And I had
So
this. Oh, go ahead.
that's where like I think that being cool with teach some teachers is good because even though I don't think they should like give students better grades, maybe they will give you better grades.
Right.
Maybe they'll just like let you off a little bit, give you extra credit. So I think that's always good to have like some teachers you're close to.
Yeah. Or principals or deans. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
especially.
I'll give another example. So I have a crooked pinky. Right. Can't
Mhm.
I can't control it. It's just the way it is. And I got stung by a bee when I was a little kid. And the pinky doesn't hurt. It doesn't do anything, right? It's crooked. It's to the side. Okay, it's not straight.
Okay.
And some kids were asking some of my classmates were asking me about it in biology class one day, and it was like right before the bell rang, and there were no issues, right? And
Hmm.
they weren't making fun. They weren't causing a scene. They were just like, "Hey, your pinky, what's up with that?" And they were just looking at it, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, got stung by a bee when I was a kid. That's why it's like that." And
Hmm.
this we had a substitute that day, and the substitute tells me, "Stop doing that with your pinky," and I'm like, "I can't." And she goes, "No, yes, you can. I know you can. I've seen that. You're doing it on purpose. Knock it off." I Miss, I'm sorry. I really can't control this,
Hmm.
right? And she's like, "Yes, you can. I'm gonna walk away, and if I come back and I see your pinky like that, you're going to the dean's office, right?"
Hmm.
And I'm like, "Well, fuck. Okay." So she comes back. I already know I'm going to the dean's office, so I'm just kind of bracing myself,
Yeah.
So like getting my stuff ready and to go. And she comes back. She comes back. She's like, "Go right now. I gave you your warning. You didn't listen to me. Now go to the dean's." And she is pissed, right?
Uh
And I'm
huh.
like, "Okay, whatever." So I go to the dean's and I just kind of, or I go to the dean's office and I just sit in the chair, wait for my dean. And she calls me in. She's like, "So what are you in here for?" Right? Because she saw me sitting. She's like, "What are you in here for?" And I'm like, "My pinky." And she's like, "Okay, yeah, what about it?" "Oh, Cynical Dolphin is in the chat. What up?
What's up, Cynical? How you doing,
What's up,
man?
man?" I was about to actually chat to him too. Whoops. What up, Cynical? Um, but no, she's like, "What are you in here for?" I'm like, "My pinky." She goes, "Okay, what about it?" And I'm like, "Do you see how it's crooked?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, I can't control this. You know that, right?" She's like,
Uh huh.
"Yeah." I'm like, "Okay. Well, the substitute for Mr. Pound's class seems to think I'm faking this pinky being crooked, thinks I can control it, and when I told her that I couldn't, she thought I was lying. So she sent me here, and that's why I'm right here in front of you." She goes, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "So here's the deal. Here's what I'm going to do. You're not in any trouble whatsoever with me. So what we're going to do, you can go to the library, go to the student center, which is the cafeteria, go wherever. Just don't go back to that class. Do not do that." And that very same hour, that substitute teacher was fired.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow. So
Yep.
that's one thing. Another thing about teachers is they never trust you. I feel like sometimes, like every time you try to like convince them that like they're trying to think that you did something or something you can control, and you're like trying to be like funny or something.
Right.
And
Well, I mean, anybody that can see my pinky should automatically know, oh, he can't control that. I mean, it's not like,
yeah,
I mean, it's not straight, but I can't control. Like, how are you going to make your pinky go crooked like that? You can't.
yeah, I know. Like, what are you doing? Like
Right.
dislocating it and all that just
Yeah, you're
for
doing it
some
on
laughs?
purpose. Yeah. I mean, yes,
Yeah,
yes, I am double jointed, but even double jointed, I still wouldn't be able to do that. Hey, Frank is here in the chat. What's up, Frank?
how you doing, Frank?
Yeah, Frank is the co-host, Pluto, so he's the
Yeah, that
homie.
what we were talking about. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, Frank and I are gonna come back soon with that raw review he wanted to do. Sorry it's taken us so long. We were gonna do it a couple of weeks ago, but I wound up getting sick uh, to the point where I could hardly even talk, quite frankly. So fortunately, I am feeling a lot better. Um, hey, Pluto, one thing I wanted to ask you. You're a wrestling fan. Are you planning on getting WWE 2K23?
2K23, I did actually see, and I was watching some of the videos. I think it does actually look a lot better than the recent ones, like less glitchy. I think it looks pretty good actually.
2K22 was awesome, and 2K23 looks even better.
So that
2K22 was a lot less glitchy too. 2K20, I mean, that was glitch
yeah,
mania pretty much.
that's
But
that's where they like took the 2 year break, right, to like fix the game.
yeah, yeah, and good thing that they did because it needed
It
that.
was in a bad spot.
It was. And 2K23. So I purchased it on my Xbox. I pre-ordered it from my on my Xbox. Usually I buy like the physical copies, but
Physical.
for 2K23 I just went digital.
hmm
Um, SmackDown versus Raw. There was no SmackDown versus Raw Nintendo 64 cynical. On Nintendo 64 they had like WCW and WO Revenge, WWF No Mercy, and then like the SmackDown versus Raw games started on PlayStation 2, I believe. They started on the PlayStation consoles.
hmm
Uh, the good one was, I believe the one you're thinking of, Cynical, was No Mercy. But they also had a WCW game in WCW and WO Revenge. I had that game. That was awesome.
hmm
Um, I like the NWO. I like the Revenge. I believe I played No Mercy. I can't remember if I have or not, but I think I have. Um, but yeah, I for 2K23 I did the digital and I have the deluxe edition. So I'm gonna get it 3 days early, and I'm
Oh,
also
really?
gonna get like all. So it's gonna come with like 5 downloadable packs, and I'm gonna get all 5 of those since I prepaid for that. I'm gonna get all 5 of them,
hmm
and uh, I also get the accelerator pack, so I can just unlock everybody and everything all at once. So yeah, it's easy. But I do that because I know how I'm going to get if I have to actually do stuff. I get very angry and frustrated, and so to avoid all of that, I just get the accelerator.
hmm
If that makes any sense. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to get the game. This one is going to focus on John Cena.
Oh, John
Um,
Cena. Okay.
yeah. The showcase is going to be on John Cena. For 2K22, it was Rey Mysterio,
hmm
um, and that was a
See
very
that.
good one. Yeah, that was a good one. I That one took me a while to beat, but once I beat it, it was. I mean,
Felt rewarding.
yeah. Well, I only couldn't beat it because at first I didn't know all the controls because they had new
hmm
controls. So I had to learn all the new controls. But once I learned it, it was a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Um, I'm hoping they don't change the controls too much for 2K23. Uh, but but
Well,
yeah,
but
what do you?
yeah, I also have another thing to just talk about sport games in general. Like, I honestly think that sport games are like some of the like best games in general because they always like if you like that sport, it's gonna be like one of your favorite games,
Right, like
especially with online and stuff like that.
yeah, like football, basketball,
All that.
UFC. Is UFC considered a sport?
Yeah, MMA. Yeah, I'm pretty
Okay,
sure.
yeah. Okay, I consider pro wrestling a sport too, quite frankly.
Mhm.
And because it takes some athletic ability to do what they do.
Yeah, I think
Um,
that like obviously it's still staged, but the things that they're doing on there isn't just like a piece of cake and like, oh, I could do that, and you're like seeing them backflip everywhere. And I know that I've actually we've everyone's argued in the chat and the Discord. I remember that with UFC and WWE.
yeah,
But
I
now I
remember
kind
that.
of changed a little bit, and I think that not everything they do in there is like it still hurts, like
Oh
especially
sure,
getting knocked on the ground or on
oh
the
sure, yeah, going
stage
through the
or whatever.
tables and breaking the ladders and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't care how fake that stuff is. I mean, it's still hurting. I
And
mean,
in
it's
the end,
just
it's still entertaining.
true. And the one thing I wanted to talk about, I'm not sure if you know, like there's a wrestling journalist out there named Dave Meltzer.
Dave Meltzer. I don't think I've heard about him now.
So he has a newsletter out called crap. I'm trying to open this stuff. Where is it? He has a newsletter out called the Wrestling Observer, and
Mhm.
he gives out he has his readers vote on like winners of like who had like the best year, the worst, like stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna read some of these awards to you, and uh, do you follow AEW?
Sorry, what was that?
Do you follow All Elite Wrestling AEW?
I don't follow wrestling crazy like that,
Oh,
but
okay.
I mean, I still
Some of these,
know about it.
so a lot of these names you're not gonna freaking know. A lot of these, but you might know a few.
Okay.
Do you remember a wrestler named Dean Ambrose?
I think I might have heard of his name.
Okay, he goes by John Moxley now in AEW, and he
Mhm.
he is the 2022 Wrestler of the Year over Roman Reigns, who is
Oh, yeah, I
the
heard of that.
WWE. Yeah, right. And you would think he got it,
Yeah, because
right?
I hear his name a lot.
Right. And you don't really hear John Moxley. So
Mhm.
John Moxley got a lot of the votes. Roman came in at number two, and then some Japanese names I know you're not going to know because you don't follow Japanese wrestling. I'm assuming
Yeah.
Will Ospreay, Kazuchika Okada, and Siri. They all round out the top five. Now, most outstanding wrestler. Once again, you're not going to know this name. Will Ospreay.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and then Brian Danielson, Kazuchika Okada, Speedball Mike Bailey, and John Moxley. Basically, what I'm just going to tell you, this is very anti WWE. Like, where you think that WWE should win, they don't. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculously biased.
Okay,
Like
I
this
see.
one, promotion of the year, like the wrestling promotion of the year. Number one, AEW. Number two, Stardom,
Really?
which is a female wrestling organization over in Japan. Number three is WWE. Four is New Japan Pro Wrestling. And number five is the UFC.
Yeah, so actually that's actually surprising because some of these I've never heard before, and
Yeah,
it's actually to me I think it's actually a lot more fair because even though I would consider WWE is the most popular wrestling organization, right?
right.
And even though they're the most popular, it seems like they still have they still see more in others that aren't as popular. So I think that's actually pretty fair since they're looking around more.
Okay, but see, when you're talking about like promotion of the year, you also
Hmm.
got to think, you also got to remember, and I believe it was this guy named Eric Bischoff, who was a huge wrestling name in the late '90s, early 2000s. He was huge, and he has his own podcast now. And
Oh, that's cool.
he was saying, like when you think of the promotion of the year, you don't think of like the wrestlers of the year. Like you don't when you think of promotion, you're not thinking about the who puts on the best matches, who puts on, the best
Yeah, like
product. You're not
promotion.
thinking
Yeah.
about that. It's more of a financial thing when you're looking at promotion. When you look at like you go to a building and you're trying to promote, like you try to get a building to promote, they're not looking at, okay, let's look at your card. Oh, that card is good. Okay. They're looking at revenue. Like who's going to draw the most tickets? Who's
Hmm.
going to get the most eyeball? You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that is actually interesting because now that I think about it, I feel like WWE would get
Exactly.
that one.
Exactly. So when they say that WWE is like number three, I'm sorry, but no, they got to be number one. By the
Yeah,
way,
because
Vince McMahon is looking to sell the WWE for $9 billion, and you're gonna tell me
oh,
that that's the number three promotion? No.
yeah, especially yes, number three promotion, all that. That's a
Yeah,
lot of money.
facts. Uh, Best weekly TV show. So you heard. So I told you that AEW got the promotion of the year, right?
Yes.
AEW Dynamite, which is their big show, is the best weekly TV show. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, and John Moxley is also in AEW. I told you that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He also won United States slash Canada MVP. Um, the match of the year was Kazuchika Okada against Will Ospreay from like a Japan show. Um, and yeah, that's whatever. I don't really follow Japan wrestling, so I
Yeah.
can't really comment. I mean, I've seen some of Will Ospreay's matches, and he's a fantastic athlete, no question about it. The stuff he could do is incredible. As a pro wrestler, I don't see it.
As a pro wrestler.
It's different to be a pro wrestler than it is to be a good athlete. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yeah, I get that because even though you're could be a pro athlete, doesn't mean you're good enough to be a professional wrestler. Because that's
Exactly.
yeah, like if a
Um,
baseball player wanted to be a wrestler, it wouldn't really work out. So yeah, I get that.
I'm not going to go through much more of these awards because you're not going to get these. But here you go. There's a Brian Danielson award for best technical wrestler. Gee, I wonder who you think could have won that one. Brian Danielson? Yeah, he won his own award. You can't tell me this isn't bias.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is biased. A lot of the people that vote on that kind of stuff, you know, yeah, they're very much against WWE. Cynical
hmm,
says 2K is not the greatest company. Um, they will most likely copy and paste most of the code from 22 onto 23. That's what they do for all sports games. I was a big wrestling fan when I was young, and the last interest around the time where Kane got rid of the mask. Man, that was 20 years, Cynical. That was 20 years ago, dude. Man, bro. As for 2K, if they do that for 2K22 on a 2K23, they just kind of copy the code.
hmm.
That would be fine because the 2K22 model was very very solid. That was very good, so I wouldn't have a problem with doing that. That would
Yeah,
be fine.
I think that because usually it takes them 1 year to make a game, but I don't think 1 year is like it's not enough time to like create a whole new code. Like It's just
Yeah,
way more time. Like especially like if we get in, I know this is kind of random to get into, but if we get into like Grand Theft Auto, for instance, we've all been waiting for the sixth game, right?
yeah,
But it's taken a while because of all the coding they need to do, all that. So it actually makes sense why they copy and paste the code for all
yeah.
sports
It's just
games.
easier, and uh, if no big, in a year, there's no big changes anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. Um, they're gonna, they add more superstars to the new game.
Yep.
That's good enough for me, quite frankly. I don't really. I would like to see them add more weapons because I know because like in 2K22 they added like the stop sign, they added a hockey stick and a shovel.
Mhm.
Maybe add like a trash can. You know,
Oh yeah, that
um,
would be cool.
yeah, add a trash can. They already had the tables, ladders, and chairs, so you don't need to worry about that. Cynical says 2K games should just be WWE 2K and update it year by year, all in the same game, rather than making people spend money on a game every 9 months. That's not much different from the previous. So I think that's what they did for a long while, from like 2K14 all the way up until 2K20. They would do it like every 9 months, but then they took 2 years off because of
Issues.
yeah, they took 2 years off to fix some of the issues, and now they're doing it again. They're trying to get back into the groove again, I guess. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, because that's the thing with sports games is because even though it would be nice to like have them change, like take longer but change a lot, I feel like with sport games they have to be consistent and keep like releasing games for their,
Yeah,
or else their popularity I feel like would die down. So I would like them to like take more time
yeah,
and do that, but at the same time, I feel like they have to because then they would just lose all their, well, not all their popularity, but they would lose hype for it. I feel like.
man. For an eighth grader, you are very mature. You sound very mature.
Yeah, I actually get that. I remember one time I was like in Shrug Stream and I was like just texting and stuff. I mean, I look at some like I'm still a kid, and I'm not
Yeah,
like all the way mature, but yeah, I mean, I like to just like, kind of just I'm weird, but I'm not like to where the point I'm just like doing all that like Fortnite Battle Pass or whatever. But
well,
but yeah.
hey, I'm 30 years old. I just turned 30 on last Thursday, on the 23rd, and I'm not as mature as a 30-year-old probably should be. But
Yeah.
yeah, for my birthday, we went to Dave and Buster's.
Mhm.
I went to Dave and Buster's with my mom and my dad, and my sister, my brother-in-law, my nephews got to join us too, so that was fun. Uh, I had a couple of beers, a couple IPAs, and then we played some of those games at Dave and Buster's,
Yeah,
and
those
then
are always fun.
yeah, it was, and I got to play them with my nephews because they love games, obviously.
Yeah,
You know,
I've seen those pictures.
yeah, they love the games, and I was like, well, so originally I wanted to go to like Joe's Crab Shack for my birthday,
Hmm.
because I love seafood. So I was like, let's go to Joe's Crab Shack. But then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, you know, I kind of want to do something fun on my birthday besides just dinner. I want to play a little bit too. And then I was
Yeah.
like, so what can we do, but with play to play and eat, or to eat dinner and play a little? And I thought about bowling, but I was like, I have no, because the kids are a little too young to be bowling, right? They're not gonna be able to lift the balls.
Hmm.
So I'm like, let's just go to Dave and Buster's because there's games all over, and we could eat and play and all that stuff. So yeah, that's just what we wound up doing. Um,
Yeah, I still think that even though you get older, I still think going to some things that are more for like younger audience. It's still fun to do. I mean, even though you're more mature and you're older, I mean, you're still doing something fun. So
Exactly, exactly. Um, I forget Pluto's so young. I was the same age, or I was the same at your age, more mature than all the kids my age.
hmm I
Um,
actually have a friend. Um, he's actually 15 right now,
okay.
but it's always I feel like it's always different with kids because with other kids because I have a friend that's 15, right? But I mean, I'm not trying to like diss him or anything, but most of the time,
Diss
um,
track? No.
distract. Yeah, I should do that, huh? Anyways, but
You 15-year-old nugget? No, I'm sorry. Sorry. I said nugget, by the way, like a chicken nugget.
yeah,
Not,
YouTube, don't demonetize it.
yeah.
Anyways, um, but
Mag
uh,
Life, what's good?
most of the time, I feel like uh, he's not the most mature for his age, but I mean, he is still in middle school because he got held back a little.
Okay.
He's,
Eh. Hey, at 30 years old, I'm not the most mature for my age. I mean,
yeah,
most 30-year-olds are out, with jobs, families, kids, lives. I
yeah,
live at home with mom and dad. I don't have a. This is my job doing YouTube. So,
hmm
uh, but I don't. But I mean, it works for me. I mean, there's no problems with it. So,
yeah. Um, I was actually gonna ask this question. So I know we're not the biggest on YouTube yet, but how has it felt like just like earning subscribers and views over time? Like, how's that like felt for you? Because when I was like getting more like views and stuff, that I just it just makes me feel good. So I wanted to
yeah.
know what
Me.
you felt
Hey, makes me feel good too. Whenever I get that email that says you just hit like 5,000 views on YouTube, 4,000, whatever, Anytime I
about. Uh huh.
get anytime I get those kinds of emails, it just feels good. And when we hit 100 subscribers, man, that was, I know it's only 100, but like that's just an indescribable feeling when you started from scratch. You start from nothing and you just build up and build up and build up.
Yeah.
It's a slow start, but it's worth it. You know what I mean? And that's why I want to keep cranking out content. Like I'm trying to do this as much as I can. And I always feel bad when we take long breaks because I always feel like, man, our viewers are waiting for us. They're waiting for us to upload. And I always feel bad. Like when I wanted to do this because I hadn't uploaded in a long while since the Royal Rumble
hmm
post show, and I was
Yeah, I
like,
remember that.
yeah, I gotta get back on the YouTube grind. It's been a couple of weeks, and before that, it had been like a few weeks, like 3 weeks, and so like I don't like taking those long breaks because I feel like I lose subscribers when I do that.
Yeah. That's another thing I feel like with YouTube is you got to be consistent, especially as a smaller uh, YouTube channel,
Yeah,
because I feel like once YouTube sees you being consistent, one time they'll just get you with the algorithm, and that video will get more views. Like I make songs right most of the time because I still have another channel, but I don't really post on there anymore. But I
but
make songs, and I make these off my phone, so I don't even have anything like
you don't have like any like special.
yeah professional equipment.
Yeah,
I just use my phone, and actually, I think it sounds pretty good for a phone. But, anyways, back to what I was saying is one day, like, um, one of my songs, and
didn't
one
I didn't I
day,
give you criticism on one of your songs?
yeah, I did send that one. That was like a
Yeah,
TikTok video, and
yeah. I hope I wasn't too harsh on that one. If I
oh
gave,
no, I actually respect every opinion about my music because I feel like, oh wait, hold on, give me a second.
I am by no means like a music genius. I failed sixth grade choir for Pete's sake, but yeah, yeah, I know what I like to hear, what sounds good to me, and I try to go off of that. Whether people agree or disagree, I I don't really care. Hey, Brandon, what's good, y'all? Hey, go follow my boy Brandon EK Wrestling on YouTube. He's the homie. He was on the Royal Rumble post show with me actually, so he's awesome. What's up, Brandon? How you doing, man? We got a lot of viewers here, bro.
Yeah, I
Hey,
know.
we got Cynical, we got Mag Life, we got Brandon. Damn, I mean,
Yeah,
everybody's here. Frank was here. Cynical says everyone's different, CJ. I was living with my parents until 22, and within a year, already owned my own business with 25 employees. So I was kind of forced to grow up and put aside the old habits in a way. Yeah, I'm 30 years old. I still live with my mom and dad. I'll probably live with them until they die. Honestly, I'll probably just live with my sister. Um, I don't think I could live by myself, and I don't really plan on getting married or having any kids. I have a hard enough time taking care of myself, so I don't really want to put that burden on anybody else. If that makes any sense.
hmm
So that's kind of where I'm at. Um, yeah, but yeah, we got a lot of people here. Yeah, but yeah, like music to me. I mean, artists I enjoy. Um, I know you're probably going to disagree with the first name. I like Dax.
Dax. Okay, yeah, I know.
I
Doesn't
like
Shrug not like him, right?
Shrug didn't like him, no, but I enjoy some Dax. Like Dax is awesome.
Yeah, I got a couple opinions on about him. I think that, he's actually still a talented artist. I mean,
Yeah. Um,
some of his songs, they could be a little corny to some people, including me, but
yeah.
most of his songs, like, he still has talent,
Yeah.
and a lot of people, I don't want to consider him like that, but I do consider him as one of the most overhated artists.
uh,
But I think that he still has talent. He could rap fast, like all that.
Brandon says, "I'm good, bro. Appreciate you for the support. Sorry for joining late. I had physical therapy this afternoon. Hey, Brandon, I'm just glad you joined us, man. That's fantastic to have you with us, dude. Um, but yeah, um, Dax, Dax is like I like his rap gods. Like when he did the 10 minutes and then the
Yeah.
20 minutes. I like those. And I guess he's teasing that he's gonna do another rap gods, like a rap god 3, where he's
hmm
gonna rap for like 30, I'm guessing.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, that's a
I
lot.
would. I Those were actually the first songs I did listen to him, and first time I listened to him, I actually thought it was good. I mean, I thought it was pretty fire, but
Yeah. I,
people hate on him.
Dax, yeah, I some of his original songs they're okay. I like his remixes more.
Yeah, he always kills on the remixes.
Yeah, I love his remixes. I did like that song "Dear Alcohol." I did like that one.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah,
That
that one
one
was pretty good.
that one was pretty good. Um, I can't really name another one of his other songs. Uh, when he does like the "Dear Gods" though, like I don't care for those. Um, I mean I'm a Christian. Don't get me wrong, but like I just
hmm
that just didn't. Yeah.
Just didn't really
And,
get pretty.
another name that Shrug doesn't like, but I do. I enjoy him. Tom McDonald.
Oh yeah, Tom McDonald. Yeah, I feel like I like Dax more than Tom McDonald.
Yeah, Tom.
I
Tom can be pandering too. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, I think that Tom can be a really good artist. I think the only thing he does is like I like. Okay, so here's the thing. I like that he's trying to like pay attention to what happened. And he likes to rap about like what's happening in the world and stuff. I think that's
Yeah.
also good, but I feel like sometimes because most of his songs are like that. I've heard like a couple where it's a little different, but
Right.
I feel like he could be like a big artist if he just makes more like serious. I mean, it's still serious music, but you know what I mean. Like his more about just less political.
Less politics. Yeah. Like I like that. I like his song "I Hate Hip Hop." That was good.
Hmm.
I like this song he did for Nova, the Ghosts. I like that song. Um, he has good songs. I do agree though. I do agree that he should do a little less pandering. Um, and and of course, you got to name the goat Eminem. You got to like
Yes,
Eminem. You don't
he's
like Eminem?
definitely. I like Eminem a
Oh,
lot,
okay.
like especially like I think Mockingbird's my favorite song by him, but
Ooh, Mockingbird is a good song.
yeah.
That's a
But I
great
definitely see
song.
the in like inspiration like on Tom McDonald, like Eminem is definitely like a big inspiration on him. But I think that, Eminem's good. I personally like his older music than his newer music.
You like his older music? Yeah,
Yeah.
I I loved his album Music to Be Murdered By. That
Yeah,
album
that
was
was a good
awesome.
album. Yeah.
That was fantastic. I love that one. Um, there wasn't a bad song on either side, quite frankly.
I also what did you think about like some of the features that are like kind of new gen rappers, a little bit newer?
Like
Uh
the
like
Jack
Juice World.
Harlow's,
Yeah,
Juice
Jack Harlow was
World.
on.
I'm not the
Uh
biggest fan of Juice World. I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of Juice World, but yeah, I liked him with Eminem on that song. His voice on that song was awesome.
mhm.
Now, hang on. I say I don't like I don't like Juice. I said I'm not the biggest fan of Juice World.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like him. I just don't listen to him. I've never really taken the time to listen to him.
Yeah. Like I
Uh,
said, I like everybody's opinions, but
yeah.
the reason actually why I started music or even started listening to like rap was like Lucid Dreams. I don't know if I'm sure you've heard of it because it's like
Lucid Dreams. Is that by Lucid?
it's by Juice World.
Oh, by
I don't
Juice
know if you
World.
heard of it.
Okay.
It's got like 800 mil on YouTube right now.
Oh,
It's really
wow.
yeah, it's really big, but that's the reason why I first started listening to rap and stuff like that. I feel like if I didn't start getting into rap sooner, I probably wouldn't even have known about Shrug or anything. But
Oh, wow.
yeah, but
Um,
that's the reason why I rap and stuff is because of Juice WRLD.
Brandon says Eminem has a phenomenal catalog. He has to be in everybody's top five. His older music is better, but that was his prime. Yeah, yeah, he was.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. He's older now, but he's still got it. He hasn't really missed a beat. But yeah,
yeah,
his older stuff, like I mean, I can name a ton of Eminem songs, just like um, Superman. That was a good song. Lose Yourself. Lose Yourself is fantastic.
I
Um,
think he has like a lot of good songs.
Lucid Dreams is a great song. Not a big fan of him. Just haven't listened to Juice World much. R.I.P. Yeah, see, Brandon's in the same boat as I am. We just don't
Hmm.
haven't listened to him. Another rapper that is really talented that I don't think gets enough publicity, but he should, is Clip Monstar. I don't know if you've ever heard of him or not, but that dude, that guy is like everything he says. He's kind of like Eminem, and like everything he says, it's gonna be a bar. Like,
Yeah, I feel like I've always liked rappers that are. I'll tell you one like rap because I listen to all types of rap, like
yeah,
new gen and stuff like that. But I think one of the rappers that's like really like deep gets deep into music that I actually like really like is Kendrick Lamar. That's one
Kendrick
artist
is
I do
good.
really.
I like Kendrick. I like J Cole as
Yep.
well. I think he's pretty good. Um, Joyner Lucas is good.
Oh yeah.
Joyner Lucas is good. I like. Uh, who was it that did the song "We Cry Together"? That was a really awesome
Uh,
song.
yeah, I actually heard about that one. Hold on, look that up.
Was that Kendrick? "We Cry Together"? Hold on.
I think it was.
Kendrick. Yep,
Yep,
it
it
was
was.
Kendrick. Yeah, and Kendrick was the one that performed at the Super Bowl. Yes, last
Yeah,
year.
he did. He did.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. So there you go. It was Kendrick. Yeah, yeah. Joyner Lucas is really deep, or is really dope. It's a deep. He's dope. Um, um, I I listen to all kinds of music too. I don't just listen to rap. I listen to pop music. I listen to
Yeah.
country. But if I listen to pop music, I'm not listening to today's. I don't really listen to a lot of like today's music. I
Hmm.
listen to a lot of like stuff that I grew up on, like just like music I grew up listening to. I'll share some of my songs I have on my music list here real quick. I have stuff like "Don't Ya" by the Pussycat Dolls. I have "Don't Matter" by Akon. I have "Downfall" by Trust Company. "EI" by Nelly. I have a lot of Nelly songs. I have a lot of Nickelback songs. Um, I have a lot of Crypt songs and a lot of Eminem songs. Crypt is another one of those rappers that I think is underrated.
Yeah. I
Crypt is
also had one question. So since okay, so we've all heard of Yeet before, right? This is definitely not the most liked in the whole community we're in, right?
hang on,
Well, like the
Yeet?
shrug community. Yeah, Yeet.
Uh, okay.
He's do you here? You remember when I can't remember if you were there, but Shrug does not like him. That's all I know. But
Okay. Is
here
he
is
like a
there.
mumble rapper?
Yes, I would say the mumble rapper. Yes.
Okay, that's all I need. I mean,
Here,
oh,
here. Can I do this? Is this work? So,
YouTube, don't block this.
oh, I can't. Man, oh well. So all I gotta say is, well, yes, he is a mumble rapper. But what do you think about? I'll ask this question now. What do you think about like new day and age like mumble rappers?
I'm mumble rap in mumble rap in itself is just trash to me. I'm just
Hmm.
sorry, just not a fan of mumble rap.
Yeah, I
Like
mean
I like
everybody has different.
if you're gonna rap or speak even, don't mumble your words. Speak clearly. Say the words clearly so we can understand you. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, that's just a couple of songs I have, or a couple of things I have. I also have "Going Broke" by Logan Paul. I have AC/DC. I have Gatsby and Dwayne Jackson. LL Cool J, Flo Rida, Nick Cannon. Yes, I have Nick Cannon songs. Sue me. Uh, got Kid Rock. I have a lot of good songs on here.
Hmm.
I mean, just in my opinion, they're good songs.
So I was, even though I don't know how much, I don't think you know much about Yeet, but what do you think about he is a mumble rapper, so you know that much, right?
Yeah.
So he did just he's a new artist. He's like he like blew up in like 2021.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll just like just give some of the growth he's gotten. So in here, let me get some pictures pulled up
Uh,
so I get the numbers right. But
okay.
all right, hold on, listeners. All right, see if I find it. Okay, so in 2021, he had 43 million streams, right? So that's
Whoa.
yeah, actually a lot for the year he blew up in. But
Wow.
yeah, so he actually got like a lot of numbers for being a new artist. But here's where it gets even crazier. So since that was in 2021, you know the Spotify what do you call it? The Spotify replay or whatever.
Hang on. Brandon says Lil Uzi Vert and Migos are considered mumble rap, right? I love them, but but not mumble rap as a whole. LOL. Just I don't know if you can convince. I don't know if you can consider Migos mumble rappers.
Yeah, I think they still have like some. I feel like they kind of inspired mumble rap's beats like in the beginning because
The beats, oh, I could see the beats.
yeah, the beats. But I mean, I guess they have some elements of mumble rap, but I can still understand them more than who are
Hey,
considered mumble rappers.
hey, Brandon, don't disrespect the goats that made Ric Flair drip. We're not gonna do that. Don't disrespect the goats like that. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
It's alright. It's alright. But here's where it gets even crazier. So 43.6 million streams for a new artist is definitely crazy. But he had 2.3 million listeners then that
Okay.
listened to his music. I think I
2.3
don't know
mil.
how the
Okay.
replay works. Yeah, 2.3. So here's the 2022 numbers.
Oh
So
boy.
this is where it gets a little crazy. 1.2 billion streams.
What?
Yeah, like 1.2 billion streams here.
Damn.
These, yeah, in 1 year is what's crazy here.
Damn. You know what? Hey, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, I
I
mean
don't
he's
like
on
the
the
mumble
grind.
rap thing, but hey, that dude's gonna make his money. So you know what? Do you, bro?
Here, I'll
You're
just send
doing
you the
something
picture.
right. So
There's the comparison right there.
I can't hate you for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially if they're he's doing good. So I mean, people like him. So
Hey, success is success.
yeah, if I mean if you're succeeding, I mean you're succeeding. And the crazy part is when he released right before he got bigger, he had 4,000 monthly listeners, and that was in the same year. I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
So yeah, he's definitely gotten a lot bigger, and his new project that just came out is projected to sell 70K.
Hey, Brandon, I just saw your messages on Facebook, brother. Are you good for next Monday? Let's say 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Does that work for you, Brandon? Um, Sorry,
No, you're
we're
good.
planning a new show for next week. Um, but yeah, he make your money. You know what I mean? I mean
Yeah, I
that's.
mean, oh, I think we've had an accidental leave.
Hey, I'm sorry,
All right,
Brandon. Hey, I'm sorry, man. That was my bad. My computer went back on me. That's my bad.
yeah, it's all right.
My fault. I didn't mean to just do that. It was stupid. Um, I was saying I love Migos, right? I was
Yeah,
saying I'm not a big fan of Mumble. Oh, okay, okay, Brandon. I got you, fam. I got you, bro. Yeah, let me know if next Tuesday noon works for you. I think I said next Tuesday. Uh,
I think you said next Monday
oh,
first.
Monday. Okay, let me know next Monday 2 p.m. works for you. Might need to be a bit later in the evening. Um, can you do it like right before Raw, Brandon? By chance? Can you like, or do you want to do a watch along with me for Raw? Would that work for you, Brandon? Let me know, bro. Um, that'd be cool if we could do a watch along together for Monday Night Raw.
Hmm.
Um, Sorry, don't mean to be rude to you, but yeah,
Oh, I'll let you do your thing.
yeah, but no, yeah, I don't even know what to say. Shit, I was gonna say
Lots
something
of
and I
stuff.
forgot. Damn it. But yeah, when that happens, you're like, I got something to say, and you just
Right when you say it,
yeah,
or
yeah,
right when
it's
you say
perfectly
that.
fine. I'd be down. Yeah, all right, Brandon, let's do a live watch along for Raw next week, bro.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
cool.
probably be through. Probably be in there.
Yeah, Raw starts at like 6 o'clock my time. I don't know where you're at. I'm in Colorado.
Is your are you in Eastern time or a Pacific?
Um, I'm 2 hours behind Eastern time. So like
Two
Eastern time,
hours.
it's 4:25, right? So it's
Yeah,
two
right now.
twenty-five right here, right now. So
Okay, so when you start at 6, 2 hours, so that means it'll be like 8. Yeah, I'll be on.
yeah, yeah. Do you have? This is gonna be a really bad question. Do you have a bedtime?
Do I have a bedtime? Um, I usually go to bed around I usually on school days I usually go to bed around like 11, and
Okay.
on
So
weekdays is 12.
so perfect. So you'll go to bed right around the time that Raw ends.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, cool. Well, I'll just let my uncle know not to come over next week because I'll be doing
Yeah.
this because my uncle likes to come over and watch Raw with us or Raw with me rather. Um, but I'll let him know I'm doing the watch along next week. Um, yeah, my uncle and I we're very close. I remember when I was younger, we used to spend every Saturday together, and we would. And then I say he's my uncle. He's my mom's uncle. He's my great uncle, and yeah, I'm closer to him than I am with my actual uncles. If that makes any sense. Um, and we used to spend Saturdays together, and we would go. We would start off the morning by like going to like a thrift store, and then we would go to the thrift store because that's what he wanted to go do, and then the rest of the day was pretty much anything I wanted to go do. So we would go to the thrift store, then we go eat lunch at like Country Buffet, and then we would go to the Westminster Mall, which is just right next to Country Buffet, so it was not a long drive at all. And then like at the mall, we would just like walk around and just hang out, look at the chicks, whatever. And then we would go see a movie. Typically, we would go see a movie, and it doesn't matter what movie it was. We just go see a movie, and then we would go to dinner. I don't remember where we went for dinner, but I remember we would go to dinner, and then we would head back to his place, and I would fall asleep on his couch till my parents come and got me. So
Hmm.
I mean, it was always fun. I mean, and sometimes we spiced it up, and we didn't go to the mall. We did like other things, like go bowling or stuff like that. So yeah, sorry to rant, but yeah, that's just
Yeah.
I'm close. And he likes to come over and watch Raw with me, or watch TV with me, just hang out with me. And actually, last night, right before we watched Raw, we went to a local bar and hung out there for a little bit. No, he did not drink and drive. He does not drink. Um, so don't worry about that. But yeah,
Yeah. Um. Oh yeah. Here's another question about sports. So
okay.
with Shrug trying to pursue boxing, right? Has that persuaded you to watch boxing more at all, or get a little more into
You
it?
know, it hasn't, to be quite honest. And I was just telling my sister, my brother-in-law, this last week, where um, I don't actually hate like that kind of stuff, MMA
Hmm.
or UFC. I just don't like watching it by myself. It's kind of
Yeah.
like with wrestling. I don't like watching it by myself. You know what I mean? I mean, I would rather watch it with somebody, like
Like
stuff
kind
like
of
that.
like the Super Bowl, how people have parties for
Yes,
it.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't mind watching MMA, UFC. I just want to watch with other people.
Yeah.
We could talk about what's going on and stuff like that. You can fill me in, you know, and that's kind of why I asked my dad to watch pay-per-views with me, so that I'm not watching by myself. And I keep my dad in the loop because he used to watch it a lot when he used to watch it a lot when I was younger, and then he kind of just stopped watching. But I kept watching, and I keep him in the loop on everything that goes on. And so when he watches, pay-per-views with me, whether it be Royal Rumble or WrestleMania or whatever, he knows what's going on. He knows what the story is because I kept him in the loop. Um, so you're at back to your question. Um, it hasn't, but I'm not opposed to watching it in a group.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Another thing. What was your? Do you think? Do you think YouTube should kind of like stop like taking down streams for copyright and stuff? Kind of like how Twitch is. They just kind of like if it's a song, they kind of
Yeah,
like
I,
mute it.
I kind of do.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like copyright and then it'll get taken down. I mean, I feel like if it's a long stream and then you get copyrighted for some reason, I feel like it's kind of a little messed up. But hopefully they fix that soon.
Yeah. I don't agree with just taking the whole stream down. That's ridiculous. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Because people, what YouTube needs to, what the people who create YouTube need to realize is people are spending a lot of time making these videos. Like, like right now, we're an hour into this podcast,
yeah,
and a lot of time is going into it. And I'm trying to be very careful about not putting anything that's going to copyright it,
yeah. I know. It's
because
a
I
lot.
don't want this hour's worth of work to just go right down the shitter.
Yeah, I feel like that's something they need to fix. I feel
It,
like they
it,
should do the Twitch route with just like, and if it's like a video and they have to like block out the screen, I mean, just mute the audio, block out the screen.
there
Screen.
are reactors that have sort of found a way around that where they transparent the screen, like they make it
Yeah, or
so.
they like put text over it, right? Mhm.
They've gotten through that, but even I mean that video is still going to get demonetized.
Yeah, I think.
So
Um. Oh, where was I gonna get? You can keep going because I forgot.
I mean, like, do you watch? I don't know if you watch Dwayne TV or his other channel, Tribe Reacts, but that guy is so intelligent. I'm just gonna say that
Mhm.
Dwayne. I don't know if you follow anything of his, like, but just and he's so well spoken. Like even when he speaks, you can just tell like this guy's extremely smart.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Shout out to Dwayne TV. Everybody go follow him. By the way, he's he's not gonna. I don't even think he's gonna hear this. But everybody go follow my boy. And go follow Tribe Reacts too. That's also Dwayne. That's also a really fantastic channel. Uh,
Mhm.
I like on his Tribe Reacts when he does like people getting arrested for being stupid.
Oh
Those,
yeah.
those are hilarious. Or Karens in the wild. Those are hilarious. Like they had one where this chick was at McDonald's and she's a vegetarian or whatever, but she's allowed or she's no, she was on a diet and she went to McDonald's because it was her cheat meal, right? And she asked for ketchup, for extra ketchup. Okay, so they give her extra ketchup on the burger. Well, she takes it back up there and starts screaming and yelling at him because there was too much ketchup. What?
Yeah, it's always like these crazy things that happen. I've watched this one video where this lady was in front of a car stopping him from moving and calling the cops and acting like he was running her over or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or when they have like reporters in the streets asking Gen Z like obvious questions. It's hilarious. Like one
Yeah.
question I saw the other day. One question was, "What continent are we on right now?" And the person answers, "California." I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't know what even I
Brandon says people are crazy. Y'all hear about the lady who drove into Popeyes? No, I didn't. What happened?
drove into.
She drove into the Popeyes. Wait, she drove into the building? What?
What is
Hey,
happening?
yo! I saw this one. This dude. Um. This dude. He had like $100,000 worth of cocaine in his car.
Oh,
Okay, $100,000 worth of cocaine, and he gets pulled over by the cops. And the cops, he gets real mouthy with the cops. So the cops are like, because I think they just pulled him over because he was speeding.
uh-huh.
And then he gets real mouthy, real lippy, like, "Hey, come on, man, I gotta go. I gotta go." And they're like, "Well, we're gonna keep you here for a while. We're gonna do some research on you." So they search him up, and they realize that that car is not his car. He rented it for a week, but he was only in town for like a day or something like that. Um, and you're like, why would you have it for a week, but you've only been driving it for a day? That doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
right? So they keep asking questions, and he's getting angrier and angrier, and he's like, well, I'm just here for my sister's birthday because I couldn't drive my brother's car because he was at my mom's, but I'm out here for my sister's birthday, blah 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 blah, like coming up with like bullshit, right?
Yeah.
And the cop was like, okay, so we're gonna search your vehicle now. They search the vehicle. They bring out the freaking dog to search the vehicle, and they found the cocaine. And his sister is pissed. And his
Wow.
sister was in the car too. And then I saw another one. I think it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And this chick, she got pulled over by the cops, and the cops were nice to her, right? The whole time, the cops were real friendly to her.
Yeah.
Are you getting your dog's attention?
You
I
said
heard,
what?
I heard you making that kissy noise. Are you trying to get your dog's attention?
Oh no, I was just had like I was just like I don't even know what I was saying.
Okay, I heard that. I was like, wait a minute, you trying to get your dog's attention there? But no. This chick, she got pulled over by the cops, and the entire video, the cops are real friendly to her, right?
Mhm.
She gets real lippy and real mouthy with them. So they tried to like detain her, but she gets in her car and she just drives away, right? Gets in her car, drives away, goes to her friend's house, locks herself in her friend's house, and her friend was telling the cops like, "Oh yeah, she just came over in a panic because you guys busted her or whatever," and and they smelled alcohol on her, but they were willing to let that slide because she said she spilled something on her earlier in the night. So okay, cool. They let that slide, but then she did that, and so then they go to her friend's house. Oh yeah, she got real, you know, upset when you guys came for her. Blah 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 blah. And so then she like runs back to her mom's house, I guess, and her mom has to tell her, "Hey, you need to come out right now to the cops." And the whole time that this is happening, she's yelling at the lady that's getting arrested is yelling at the cops. "I have kids. You're doing this in front of my kids. I have kids. I have kids." And it's like, lady, you're the one making the scene, not the cops. You're the
Yeah,
one giving your kids nightmare fuel, not the cops.
yeah, but they're just doing their job. What they're supposed
Facts.
to be doing.
It's a much funnier video than what I just described, but like it was ridiculous. I
Yeah.
mean,
And
so
now that we've gotten into YouTube videos, you got since we've been talking about like reactions and stuff. Uh, what's your like genre? Like, what genres do you watch in your free time?
oh, I watch all kinds of videos. I don't really have like a specific. I like comedy.
Uh,
I like my genre for reaction videos.
hmm
Yeah, comedy. I like comedy. I like this. I really like the comedy ones. I like the music reactions too.
Yep.
To this day, I will go back and watch old bakery music reactions just because I want to. You know what I mean? Because
hmm
I've seen like every reaction video that they've done about 5 times over, and I'll still watch them over and over again. I mean,
Yeah.
I can almost like quote word for word like each reaction. That's how much I've watched them.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, I like going back to the old videos, especially like when I first started like sending music to the channel on YouTube when we're still on YouTube.
when did you start following bakery music?
Wow, that's a good that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Here, maybe I can figure it out here because this would be easier. Um,
I probably started watching in 2020.
2020.
Just
Okay.
I became a fan of bakery music around the same time I became a fan of like the JK Bros.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah, I probably could figure out this way. I'm gonna look at like I'm pretty sure I commented on the video that I first put a thing there, and I should be able to look at
The-
the
so
history.
you had this computer for a while. You're saying?
Yeah, I have actually.
See, I can't tell you on this computer how long I've been a bakery music fan
Mhm.
because on this computer, this is not the computer I started watching them on. I had an older computer. I had a Windows computer that I started watching them on, but I got this computer for Christmas in 2021, and it still works for me to this very day. So I mean,
Mhm.
I've had this for a while, and actually I thought it was a goner a couple months ago, because I accidentally um I was being how do I say this? I put the computer down on my side table, right? Put the
Uh-huh.
computer down and forgot to take off the earphones. So I forgot to take off the earphones. So as I'm walking away, the earphones spill water all over my computer.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about this.
Oh God. Yeah, I was in a panic. I'm like, oh shit, my computer's fucked. Damn it.
Yeah.
Damn it. Damn it. Oh, I was so mad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you know what? Let me try and see if I can fix it. So I wiped the computer down, and I turned the computer back on, and it would still kind of flicker. The screen would. So I'm like, okay, I just gotta let it dry. So I tried letting it air dry by itself for a little bit. Didn't really work. So I'm like, let me try one other thing, and I stuck it on my air vent,
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
which is a good idea. I mean, it's not that good of an idea because it could explode, I guess. But try doing it that way, and it worked. And I'm like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, I mean, like it's like phones. Sometimes when you like accidentally get in water and you just save it. It's like right there, and the
Yeah,
rice thing and stuff. But
yeah.
I just figured out when I started following Shrug and stuff, and it was
Oh, and Brandon said yes in Georgia over missing. She drove a car into Popeyes because of missing biscuits.
yeah. I
You're
feel like,
lying,
and I feel like that's like a not in a good mental state there.
dog.
That's some crazy stuff. Imagine like, wait, I hope nobody got hurt because just driving in the Popeyes.
Wow. Hey,
That's crazy.
go ahead real quick. I gotta take a leak, so go ahead and promote your music real quick while I go take a leak.
Okay, all right, I see. All right, so he said promoting music. If you guys want to go follow me, um, here I'll put a link in the chat. Here can I put like a at? Here, let me just find it. I don't know. You guys don't have to follow me, but if you do, or subscribe, but if you do, it'd be much appreciated. I'm on there. Uh, yeah, I'm on there. I post like pretty frequently. Here, let me get. There you go. That's the at for my channel, right there. Just go copy that, put it in like YouTube search or whatever, and it'll probably pull up the channel. If you guys want to go follow, you can. But yeah, I'm over there. Go follow there. But yeah,
I'm back. I'm sorry.
yeah, you're good. You're good. But near here, what time is it for you right now?
It's 2:45.
Okay, so at 3 o'clock, I'll probably head
Get
off.
off. All
Yeah.
right, cool. You said you found out when.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
So when I first found it, like first started subscribing to Shrug, was on July 15th of 2022.
okay, July 15, 2022. So I started watching in like
2020, right?
2020 probably, and I don't. I think it was. Um, I think it was the. I think the first video I ever saw of theirs was the Worldwide Cypher Takeover when they did
Oh
that
yeah.
reaction.
Hmm.
And by the way, I'm just gonna say right now, Markham's killed it on that beat.
Yeah.
Markham's was absolutely fantastic. He was fire.
So I actually have a little story. Well, I actually have a little story to figuring him out because
Maglife says, I can't wait to dive into the scene of 2K Showcase. I know, man. So, did you pre order it, Maglife? Did you pre order 2K23? Sorry.
there you go. So where was I at? I was
You got
talking
a
about.
story.
Oh yeah. So how I figured out about Shrug. So there was this one guy that like commented on my song, and he was like fire or something. This was like on the first song I showed Shrug,
Okay.
and he was like, "Fire, can you go check mine out?" And I like being social, so I went to go check him. His music was all right. His music was all right. You could
Okay.
definitely tell he was starting off like me. But I seen that he posted a video because I went back to it, and he said it was like called Bakery Music Reacts to My Song, and he like posted it on his own channel. So I
Okay.
was just going back to see if he was posting stuff. So I was like, okay, Bakery Music, and I always want to like have somebody react to my songs because I wanted to get more out there. And I
Yeah.
actually feel like this actually helped me a lot because I feel like we've kind of grown a community in the Discord and stuff. But yeah, so I went and looked him up, and I was like, okay, he live streamed. So then the next live stream, I think I came like midstream. He went. I just put the name and everything, and that's just where it all started and all that. And then I just kept going into the streams after that. So that's how I figured out about him.
Nice. Hey, Maglet, do you plan on getting the DLC packs? For me, I, when I saw them at first, I was like, okay. At first glance, like when I first saw their first reaction, I'm like, okay, so
Hmm.
that's probably a father and son, or else like two friends. Didn't know they were brothers, and I'm like, I just didn't know anything about them, right? Like I didn't know they
Yeah,
were brothers. I was like, okay, so they're related, they're father, son. And then he said like our dad, or one of them said like our dad. I'm like, oh, so they're brothers. Okay,
yeah.
yeah. And I
One
always, it's funny because I always kind of pictured she like when I first saw Sheezy, I always kind of assumed he had like a ponytail for some reason
thing.
in the back of his head. So yeah,
Yeah. One the first time I've seen like Sheezy and Shrug together because I went back a little bit to see like streams with them,
yeah.
and I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't know why I thought this because Shrug is like 20 something, right? And Sheezy looks like about
Well,
30, I'm guessing,
Sheezy was Shrug back in that day. He was probably
like 18, 19.
18, 19. Yeah,
Yeah, but I seen the most recent one with him was Sheezy because that was like around the time when he still was like
cool.
I don't know what was happening behind the scenes, but he was cool with them. But at
It's not.
first glance, I thought he was his dad. I'm gonna be completely honest, but
I know exactly what happened behind the scenes. Because I talked to him about it on Twitch,
yeah,
and um, they had a falling. I'll just say I'll leave it at this. They had a falling out over money
yeah,
where Sheezy wasn't being completely honest about.
and he was like just taking it all for himself, right?
I don't want to say yes or no to that. I think that's what it was. I think he took it for himself. He didn't give Shrug his money, so I think
And
that's
I
what
remember Shrug saying like he didn't really care about the money, but it was still like
it was about. Yeah, so you were there in that stream. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I also asked him about it because I was like, wait, I asked it two times because I was like, another like a stream and then another stream like eventually later, and I was like, well, what even happened before? Because I seen him like I thought he was cool with them, but yeah, I've seen that, but
yeah. It's not really our place to delve into all of that stuff. That's
yeah, because we don't really know what exactly happened.
yeah, exactly. Um, you want to call it a stream now? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Um,
Everybody, go follow CJ Retro Bros podcast. Thank you for having me here, by the way.
hey man, thank you for coming on, brother. I appreciate you, Pluto.
Yeah,
Everybody, go follow Pluto. Uh,
ILY. It's right there.
Pluto.
Everybody just put that in the YouTube
Um,
thing. You'll probably see me.
here, I'll put a link in the description for you.
All right. It's like,
Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to do it for the Seibelmania Friends podcast. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Next week, Brain and I are going to come at you with a live raw watch along. So be on the lookout for that. And until next time, I'm Seibelmania. That's Pluto.